Okay, let's talk Etesia. Just seen me using it. You've had about 5 minutes of action with it working. You can see it's doing a decent job. Very up and bumpy lawn this is, but you know, it's leaving a decent finish. And the grass isn't it's damp. The grass is still damp. We had rain yesterday. It's collecting quite well. You can see in there what it's collecting to shoot. I think I've only ever bunged this up once, blocked it up once, and that was leaves. I think when I was clearing up leaves. So you can see that it's it collects well. It's quite actually an angle there, going up. So it's only with one single blade, so it has to shoot it right into there. So it does well. You've got this. There is an attachment you can get for side discharge for this. I haven't got it. You can see the blade there. Do with a sharp and probably do a replacement at the end of the year. But it's working okay. It's got that high lift bit on it, which is a lot of the reason it collects so well. In general, it's been a really good mower. I'm really pleased with it. A few little issues. I didn't buy it. No, I bought it for 700. I think these are around £4,000. No, they still make them. I think. The bar that holds these anti-scout wheels, I noticed was loose the other day, so I had to put 2 new bolts in that. I have added these since I've had it. They make a lot of difference with it grounding out, which you would gather, because that's what they're there for. I've still got a side cover to go on here. The problem I had with this, if I leave the fuel on, it drips out of the overflow. I've had 3 different carbs on this, and the one on it now is a genuine Honda replacement carb, and it still does the same. So I'm looking into getting some sort of electric an electric fuel shut off in the pipe, because once the cover's back on there, it's not the easiest to get your hand under, especially when you're on it, to get your hand under the cover to turn the fuel off. So I'm going to try and sort that out. I'm on my 2nd belt, I think, on it, because when I was sorting out, I managed to nick a pulley got caught on something and made a mark in it. So this is the 2nd belt. These were bought from a company online. The belts, the original sort of belts for it, genuine ones, are about £25-30. These were £5 each. I bought 4 of them. I should have a spare one in the van. I haven't, but I'm going to put one in there. So if it wears out or whatever, once it starts squeaking, they're wearing out. That's what happened to the last one. So yeah, I can just replace it quick. Only minutes to replace. 10mm bolt. Take or just loosen that up, and then it just goes on, because it's electric clutch, so it's just a switch, so the tension is on it all the time. There's just that sort of system there when that sort of moves up as you put the deck up and down. So yep, it's got the Honda 13 horsepower engine, which runs well. It could do with an oil change. I've never done that. Checked the oil, but could do with an oil change. That will be done pretty soon. And that's, to be honest, all I can say about it really. The little wheels on a tight turn sort of get a bit, it feels like a bit wedged. They don't really get wedged because they're little. So it's always better to sort of a wider turning circle. But it's nimble. You've got this little steering bit on there. It's nimble. It's a half decent speed. Not the fastest mower in the world, but half decent speed. Decent sized grass box. We've already been there. It's just, you'd have seen me emptying a grass bag. All you just do is pull that up. The tips of grass out. Really simple. Haven't got to get off it. Throttle, key start. There's the electric clutch switch there. The height adjustments, I have it generally just not on the lowest, on the 2nd one up. That tends to be that sort of finish, what you're seeing there. That's okay. Sometimes the other one's a little bit too low, I think. And apart from that, yeah, that's it really. I wanted one with, well, just how I found it, I was searching Honda lawnmowers, and this come up because it's got a Honda engine on it. So they do fit Kawasaki's, and they fit Briggs in these as well. But this is a Honda one, Honda 13 horsepower, probably, I think I already said. That's the model of it, the Bahara. And it's somewhere else, the MHHE, and it's hydrostatic drive, so just simple pedal forward, pedal back. Goes in the van really easy because it's narrow. My van is pretty chocker at the moment, but still can get this in there in a push mower and all the other tools and that. They do a mulch kit for these. Whether I get a mulch kit for it or not, I don't know. The model is a 2004, so it's 14-15 years old, but they're a good structure, and you know, for the money I bought it for, £700, you can't buy a decent push mower for, really. You know, you're talking sort of HRX, I suppose, you know, Hondas for about £700-800, you know, and you can't really get much for the money. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this. It was a good buy, and it's handy for these little jobs. I bring it out I use it for this one. Use it for one this morning. I've got a little one which is going to be the last cut that, because the person's moving. I'm going to use it on there later just to get that done. And yeah, that's basically all I can say about it. A few little jobs I've done. It's got a little plastic plate at the bottom that kept falling out once. I think in one of my old videos I mentioned that. I just cable tied that back on, so that's solid now. Like I said, them Scout wheels, I've added them, new belt, and the new carb. I haven't really done too much else to it, really, and it could do with a service. I shall give it a service pretty soon. I did top up the hydrostatic fluid. Let's have a look. There is a bit of fuel in there still. It's not the most economical mower in the world, especially when you've been used to Kubota diesel, because they run all day on a bit of diesel. But this suits the needs for the sort of smaller gardens. I can get this in the van easy. So yeah, I'm going to crack on now, get it mowed, and I just thought I'd do basically I suppose I've had this now 6-7 months, something like this. I only really started using it seriously sort of this year. Did it a couple of times tail end of last year, but it's been a real test for it this year, and it's doing well. Oh yeah, and just before I go, a lot of people say parts for these are expensive. Well, generally things aren't stupidly expensive. Them wheels, the whole system and the wheels and the clips and everything was £25 a side. Like I said, a belt you can get for £5, plus postage that was. The carb, anything on the engine is Honda anyway, so you've just got you can buy aftermarket, or you know, go to Honda for that, so that's not too much of a problem. Basically, there's only the other thing that can go wrong is the hydrostatic. You can buy parts for them. I found a website that sells a lot of parts for this model. And the blades are reasonably expensive. They're not cheapest blades, but it is quite a long 30-inch blade, so I think the blades start from about £40 upwards, depending on whether you get the mulch kit and all that. You can get the mulch kit, which possibly I might invest in the future, we'll see. But at the moment, yeah, that's going well.